Hello and welcome. My name is Kylie Bartlett, the host of the Web Celeb TV show, the world's first web TV show dedicated to helping entrepreneurs create buzz, build a brand, and get celebrity results in their business. This week's episode is called Secrets to Sustainable Success. And the reason why I'm putting this episode together is that I've been noticing over the last couple of weeks in particular, a lot of people expressing enormous amount of pain and angst online, and in particular on Facebook, about being exhausted and not getting traction. And I think it's indicative of the life that we lead. And so rather than give you some more tips and strategies on building buzz and customer service and sales, I thought that I would share with you what I consider to be my secret to success, because I think now's the time more than ever that we need to be able to get some leverage and get some traction and start to get some work-life balance. Because you think about it, we live in a digital time. Our life is carved up by bits and bytes. You know, we celebrate breadth, but very often don't look at the depth within our lives. You know, we race around not really considering who we're being or where it is that we're going. You know, we're all wired up, but a lot of us are melting down. You know, we survive on too little sleep, and we go through drive-thrus at McDonald's and get takeaway and fast food on the run. We drink coffee to wire ourselves up, and then drink alcohol and sleeping tablets to try and come down. You know, we walk around with to-do lists and iPhones and Blackberries to make our lives more organised, to give us more time in our lives. We pride ourselves on being able to multitask and spend long hours working and wear this like a badge of honour. You know, the term 24/7 describes the world that we live in that never ends. It's a 24/7 working world. You know, a lot of us, we come home from work so exhausted, and instead of seeing our family as a source of joy, we just see them as another overburden to put on our already busy lives. You know, we feel starved of choices and think that we don't have enough time in our day. And, you know, I've started thinking myself, you know, where is my life going and what am I doing? And everything's online now, and isn't it meant to be making a life easier? And yet I feel at times a little bit more time poor than I've ever been before. So I'm wondering whether any of you feel this way. And so I started thinking, you know what, it's about time that I reveal what it is that I've been doing now for close to a decade to create sustainable success in my life. I'm sure a lot of you, like me and like many of others out there, have these peaks and troughs. So we'll have great success, but then we'll come tumbling down. And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could sustain it for a long period of time? Well, I believe that I have the key to that. And it has nothing to do with how hard you work, because I don't know about you, but do you have a 48-hour day? If you have, can you tell me about it? Because I'd like one as well. You see, we can't manage time. Time is the same for all of us. We all have 24 hours in a day, but what we can manage is ourselves within the time that we've been given. So in actual fact, there's no such thing as time management. It's self-management and the amount of energy that we are able to produce and use within the time that we've been granted, which is 24 hours a day. So that's what I'd really like to share with you today, around creating a really great work-life balance, so that when you get up in the morning, the time that you do have is being as efficient and as effective as possible, rather than at times dragging the chain or feeling like life is such a burden and things are tough. So I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy these tips that I'm going to be sharing with you, and that you are able to implement them into your day-to-day living. I believe that our thoughts and our emotions and our behaviour really are attached to energy, for better or worse. So you think about it, all of our thoughts and emotions and our feelings are all attached to some form of energy. It requires energy to be angry. It requires energy to be sad. It requires energy to be elated. It requires energy to be frustrated. And so the way that we think and behave has a direct impact on our energy levels, both in a positive and negative way. So in order to be truly productive, we must be physically energized, we must be emotionally connected, we must be mentally focused, and we must be spiritually aligned. And so I look at those four aspects in my life and every day have the absolute conscious intent to work on all four aspects. So let me say them again. You must be physically energized, you must be emotionally connected, you must be mentally focused, and you must be spiritually aligned. And when you can work on those four elements of your life, you watch what it is that you can achieve in that 24 hours a day. Now, what I call them is my morning success rituals. And there are probably 3 books or 3 people that I have learnt these techniques off. And the first one is through Oprah Winfrey. She's written a book called Make the Connection. And in that, Oprah talks about making sure that you include daily exercise every morning as a part of your ritual. She calls it like stoking the fire. So you go to bed at night and you've got the embers, and it's about getting up in the morning and really giving that fire a stoke and getting those flames going. And another man that has really influenced me with my success rituals is Bill Phillips. He wrote Body for Life. And he believes that your morning meal is the most important meal of the day. And in actual fact, research has shown that your highest leverage point in any period of time is the morning. So I look at what Oprah talks about with exercise in the morning and Bill Phillips around the first meal of the day. And then what I also learned is from a man called Tony Schwartz. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time later on in this episode explaining Tony's philosophy and the book that he's written. But I use where I've learned everything about sustainable success, in particular with my energy levels and my emotions and my spirituality and in my mental focus, is through Tony. And so what I mean by morning success rituals, when you think about the word ritual, it's just, I suppose, a different take on habits. But habit has more of a negative connotation, and ritual is far more empowering. So I have what I call these morning success rituals. And depending on how busy I am, they go for about 90 minutes to 120 minutes, 6 days a week. Remember, a habit or a ritual, if it ain't in habit, you haven't got it. So let me say that again. If you don't have a habit, you don't have it. And so I call these rituals a part of my habit, a part of my everyday being. It's like you wouldn't go to work without brushing your teeth and having a shower. Well, these rituals are such an important and integrated and embedded part of my life that if I don't do them, I too feel like I haven't had a shower or brushed my teeth. So let me explain what I do. I get up in the morning and the first thing I do is drink half a litre of water. And I make sure that the litre of water is in my ensuite, so I have to get out of bed to drink the water. And then I go and do around about 40 minutes of cardio exercise, and I vary that depending on going for a run or working out on cardio equipment at the gym. And then I spend 20 minutes doing weights so that I'm getting a different kind of workout, a more of a muscle workout. So that goes for about 60 minutes. And then I come home and I eat a really nutritious, low GI, high protein breakfast. And for me, it's usually porridge with blueberries and sprinkle protein powder over it. And then it allows me to get really centered and grounded and form clarity around how I want my day to be. I mean, you think about it. The start of your day really sets your day up for how it's going to be for the rest of the day. And let me give you a couple of examples. If you start your day really physically charged with clarity, with energy, with nourishment, you're more inclined to see that pattern of habit or behaviour out throughout the rest of your day, versus maybe when you've been a bit slack and you've had the day off and you've had eggs and bacon or a croissant and you feel really sluggish. And you sort of say to yourself, oh, well, I started the day bad, I might as well just continue that way. And so your lunch and your dinner and your snacks and your supper become pretty much crappy food as well. So don't underestimate starting your day with a really positive, nutritional, energetic success ritual. Now, look, we're all human. Do I do this every day? No, I try to do it 5 to 6 days a week. And for me, it's about balance. I don't want to be doing all and then doing nothing. And it is really important that you do it, as I said, at the start of the day. Although, worst case scenario, if you can't get exercise in at the start of the day, don't dismiss doing it at the end of the day. But remember about setting the context for the start of your day.